Hi, this is Joel, and I am here to make your writing clear, organized, persuasive, and valuable to your readers. If you write papers, you know that writing papers is hard, and one of the hardest parts of writing papers is writing good introductions. So I'm going to help you writing introductions. One of my first tips for writing an introduction is actually to write your introduction. Oh, it would help if I could spell introduction. Introduction last. Not first. Now, I understand many of you want to write your introduction first. It is the first thing that happens in your paper. However, it also means that is the first thing that your readers will read. And first impressions are very important. If you write an introduction that isn't that great, that's what they're going to think of the rest of your paper, no matter how the rest of your paper actually turns out. So, I suggest that you actually write your introduction last, once you've gotten good familiarity with all of your material and all the ideas you want to present. It will be much more polished, and the reader will think your entire paper is much more polished for it. So, the main thing you want to do with introductions is demonstrate to your readers that they have a problem. Your readers have a problem. If they read your paper, they will gain a solution. This may seem a little strange, especially if you're in a literature class right now, but actually you can demonstrate that an analysis of, for example, character motivation, or let's say you're in a history class and you want to demonstrate the cause of some big battle. You can demonstrate your readers have a problem in that they've been misinterpreting things up to this point, or they could be misinterpreting things, and you want to set the record straight. So, seeing that as a problem might not be common, so I want to give you a formula to really demonstrate that your readers do have a problem. The formula has 5 parts. It looks a bit like this. First part is stasis. That's a word for what your reader probably thinks is true. Next, you're going to have a concession. Why your reader thinks this. What your reader probably thinks is true. Next is destabilizing condition. Those are big words for something that makes the stasis, that's again what your reader probably thinks is true, questionable. Something that makes the stasis seem wrong, outdated, inappropriate, something that makes them question their stasis. Next you have consequences. This one's important. This is costs of leaving the problem or misunderstanding unsolved, and or benefits to solving the problem. And the last one, solution, also known as your thesis. So, if you want to see an example of this, all you actually have to do is rewind this video to the part where I talk about why you write your introduction last. Think about how I started. Stasis, what your reader probably thinks is true. You may think that you should write your introduction first. Concession, why your reader thinks this. It is the first thing that happens in your paper. Destabilizing condition, something that makes the stasis questionable. The thing is, readers also read it first. Consequences, costs of leaving the problem unsolved. They will base their opinion of the entire paper based on what they read in the introduction. Shoddy introduction, they'll think you're writing a shoddy paper. Solution, thesis, write your introduction last once you've gained a thorough understanding of all the things you want to say. I will end with one note, and that is your main goal is not this formula. This formula is a tool to the main goal. The goal is, once again, your readers have a problem, and if they read their paper, they'll gain a solution. So if the problem is fairly obvious, like let's say a landslide is coming to hit our building in 5 hours, you don't have to write, you may think that there is no landslide coming in 5 hours. The reason that you think this is fairly obvious. You can just go ahead and say, there's a landslide coming in 5 hours, and here are the things we need to do about it. So, that is my tip on how to make your introductions clear, organized, persuasive, and valuable. Hope that helps.